Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, sometime in April. Let's see, April 6th. It is Sunday, April 6th. Welcome back. Okay, I've worked on some stuff, only a couple of things because I think I recorded on Friday and posted a video yesterday. So, yesterday while Dax was working out, I worked on this. This is part of the sweet stitching. It's a year-long thing. Um, and I'm also using this for my 25 a day, 25/7 stitching. So yesterday, while he was working out, I stitched this little egg in the basket because it's this color, in the P, and just a little bit of the S. But for whatever reason, it got cool here again, and I was not prepared for it at all. So I still had more time to stitch, but I was too cold, and I keep a blanket in the car all the time, so I was all huddled under the blanket, waiting for him to finish working out. But then I finished up the S today for my 25 stitches. I don't know what's going on. Like this morning, it was with the wind chill in the low 30s, and that's not where we live. I'm just saying. Last week it was like in the 90s or close to 90, so it's just not right. And I know everybody else has been getting bad storms, and I feel for you. We got rain the other night, and when we got home, because it's tax season, so we're working very late, which if you've paid attention to when I actually post at night, it's 11 o'clock or so. But it had rained, and we have a 1951, I think, GMC pickup truck, and it has a cover on it. And unfortunately, in the bed of the truck where the cover goes across, if it rains, it dips down. It pulls on the cover, which messes it up at other pressure points because this is the second cover that we've had. So Dax tries to, if it rains, he tries to make sure the water doesn't puddle and sit there, and he dumps it off. Well, we were getting out of the car, and it was late, like I said, 11 o'clock around there or so, and he was getting the water out of that, but it hadn't rained a ton, so he was just pulling on the cover. Sometimes he has to use a bucket to get the water out, but he was just pulling on the cover, and it was making this noise, and I was like, oh my God, that scared me to death because I was busy getting stuff out of the car. And I said, I thought you were being attacked or something. And I was going to get back in the car and wait until it was over. He didn't feel like I was keeping him safe that way, but you're the man. It's not my job to deal with. That's all I'm saying. He was like, gee, thanks a lot. From the Keepsake cross stitch calendar from 2017, I worked on this. This is Sherry Burkett. Go watch her floss tubes. She had finished this one and sent it to me. I think she finished it. And this is a stitch along that I'm doing with Shelly. Shelly, go pull yours out. Neither one of us are doing very good at our stitch along, and half the time don't remember that we're doing a stitch along. So if you want to join, Shelly's not doing the same one. She's doing a different one from that calendar. So if you have one, join our stitch along. Honestly, I don't remember what we're calling it anymore. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll have to go back and check because if you follow me on Pinterest, you'll know that I hardly ever post. I hardly ever post anywhere. I feel like I'm doing good to get these videos out. So, but you can hashtag it in something that sounds good and familiar if you want to do a stitch along with us. Maybe Shelly will remember. Ask her on her channel. It's only stitching. Anyway, here's where we are. I worked on, because Sundays are my Mystic Stitch Solitude Sundays, and I did work on it. And I was like, I just don't want to be working on this. And honestly, I felt like I was stitching in slow motion. So I'm sorry for what my glasses are doing. I don't have blue eyes. So I pulled this out instead. This one here, there was a mistake. I had the outside part done, and I was working on this one, and there was a mistake, and it's like when I was counting on one side, it was correct. When I was counting on the other side, I was off, and I got to the bottom. So, it seems to have happened so much lately. I just ripped it all out and put it back in, and then I finished up this little doohickey here today. So that's what I did. I pulled that out, stitched it back in, and then this one was like stitched to here, so I put in the rest of it. And that is all I have stitched since the last time you have seen me. I don't think there's a whole lot more going on. Oh, yes, there is. Addison came to the office yesterday, and of course she had Ryan with her. And she said Ryan wanted to stop by because he had something to show you. And she sat him down and he walked to me. So he started walking. Yesterday was Saturday. The week before on Saturday, she said right after they had been to see us at the office, when they got home, he was doing something and took like 3 steps. But she didn't tell me because she wanted to, it was Jacob's idea that we should see it instead of just telling us that he had started walking. So I can't believe that she kept a secret from her mother for a week. I talk to her like every day. She calls me every day. So I cannot believe that she did not tell me. But anyway, and he's not walking like a couple of steps and he's done. He is walking. And into everything, even at the office. He was here and there and everywhere into everything he wanted to get into. But he is also very proud of himself for walking. As he's walking, he's like, the look on his face is like, do you see this? So it's adorable. It's adorable. Okay, that really is all for now. I'll be back in a second. For me, who knows how long it'll be. We're getting close. Our goal is to have the things that came in before our deadline finished by next Sunday. I think it's doable. It's a lot of work. It's still going to require late hours, and we've got a crap ton of extensions to do. I mean, I've done a ton, but we still have a bunch of stuff. Lots of work ahead of us this week, so we'll just see how jumping in here and making a video goes. But I really am trying. Well, sort of. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Okay, y'all, it is Wednesday, April 16th. We have survived tax season. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We took the day off, went up to the school and to see Ryan at lunch, saw his mom too. Let me change glasses so I can see better. Sorry. That way I don't have to look through the bifocals at the bottom. That makes a huge difference. It's a little bit dark in here right now. I don't know why. I guess it's a little cloudy out, but it's nice. Anyway, we took the day off today. It is the first time that we have not had the office open on April 16th in 20 years. So it's just really weird, and I'm having trouble wrapping my head around the fact that it's not like Saturday. So we drove to Lockhart today to get to a cigar shop there because the guy sells some pipes that are estate pipes where they take them and clean them all up, but they're vintage old pipes, and Dax wanted to buy a couple, so we went out there to that. Um, it's a little small town about an hour away. You probably, if you're not from around here, wouldn't know about it unless you're looking for barbecue. It is known for barbecue. Um, Other than that, we have mostly been at work 12 to 15 hours a day, 7 days a week for some time now, Dax especially. Obviously, I have not recorded a single thing since last weekend, whenever that, I think I recorded sometime last weekend. I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll add it to this, and we'll be back in the office tomorrow, so maybe I'll add it on there. All I know is I'm happy we survived. So this is like a week's worth of stitching. I did continue to get up in the morning, some mornings later than others, so the stitching might have been lacking. Okay, I'm just looking around to make sure that I pulled everything out. Okay, so I worked on this one. This one is out of one of the calendars. I can't read upside. Keepsake cross stitch calendar from 2017. And I'm doing it on this orange fabric. I think I dyed this, but I really don't remember. And Shelly from It's Only Stitching and I are doing a stitch along. She's doing a different one out of that calendar. If you would like to join us, I haven't posted a single thing on Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram in probably a month, so I don't know if Shelly's posted. So, if you would like to join us in our stitch along, please feel free. It's very relaxed, and I'll try to see if I can remember what we came up with for the name of our stitch along. Anyway, I think the last time I showed you, I had to pull this one out and I had gotten it back in. And then this last time I worked on it, I brought the gray outline of the pumpkin on up. And as you can see, got the leaf going up here at the top. So I was very pleased with that progress. Trying to keep things separate. This is the stuff I haven't shown you. This is after I show you. I have worked on this one. I'm not doing this bottom part. I'm just doing up there, that part like that. And here's what it looks like now. This time I filled in, these flowers over here are crazy with the number of colors, like 3 or 4 colors in each little flower. So I filled in some of those, and then because I wanted to feel like I actually accomplished something, I came over here and filled in some on the beehive. I'm sorry, the bee skip. I keep forgetting that we're classier than just beehive around here. Out of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, May, June 1988. That's me, always stitching the new stuff. I am doing this reindeer. I think, did your Gita do this Santa? I want to say she did, but maybe not. Maybe she did a different one. And that's another thing. I bet I haven't watched any flosstube in 2 or 3 months. So now, well, that's not true, because this last week I've been trying to watch some in the mornings. I was going to say I've been trying to get caught up, and yeah, there's no, that's, I'm going to have to get serious about it to actually be trying to get caught up. But anyway, I'm way behind. So this is where this time I worked on this brownish color. These are his legs. I'm trying to get it to actually look like something. So far, no, it's not going very well, as you can see. I did actually finally again work on my friendship quilts by Paula Vaughn. Speaking of which, what is today? What did I say? Today's Wednesday. I think it was Sunday while we were at the office. I was stress shopping while I was waiting for Dax to do some things so that I could keep doing the things I needed to do. That's the way it goes. And so I ordered a Paula Vaughn booklet from McKenna at 1884 Stitchery. I think it's one with flowers. And I hesitated because I'm like, do I already have that? But I mean, it's Paula Vaughn. Who cares? I also ordered a welcome something from her because welcome. You know how that goes. And here we are. This time when I worked on it, I mostly worked, filled in more of the shadowing down here and did some of the blue, more of the blue in the quilt. Now, a lot of these, I didn't have much time. In the mornings, like I said, it depended on if I overslept or not. And in the mornings, there's been a lot of that oversleeping, because when you get home at 11 or 11:30 at night, 5 o'clock is hard to get up at. Today, I worked on this Winter in a Cup. And I'm down here on this page, covers like about right here. And I thought, oh, you know what? I'll see if I can start on the cup. And then I'm like, duh, it's blue also. I wanted to stitch something that wasn't blue. And there's some little gray half stitches over here that you can just barely see. Maybe I'm going to have to put some bright light and a magnifier on that to really be able to see. It's too close to the same color. So this morning, Dax got up early and he went and worked out and then came home and cut his hair because he looked all shaggy like this, shaggy. Except for he wears a flat top. You can't tell in that picture up there. And he cuts his hair every week because his hair grows so stupid fast that it doesn't, like, it's been a week and a half. It barely look like a flat top anymore because it's grown out so much. So I told him, you're just gonna have to give up and cut it every day. I worked on my Santa's Magic. This one's a Mirabilia. I was trying to remember if it's Mirabilia or Nora Corbett. And I mean, we're getting pretty close. This page is getting pretty marked out. This last time I worked on it, I was filling in Krynick up in here. I don't remember what color. I think it was like a green and a blue. I don't remember. Is that where I was filling in? Yeah, I'm pretty sure right up in here. This is what I was doing. Anyway, it's as the things fill in, I start to be amazed. I think this is all part of his beard and everything. And I wish you could see how sparkly it is. Sorry, I didn't get these out of their bags. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, May, June 1986. This is what it looks like. And I've got all three of these going, but this is the one that I worked on this time. And I have a problem. One of my problems is I can't get this apart. Let's see if that's all going to show through. Anyway, here we are. This is where we are. It took me forever to get past this face, and I finally, because on the pattern, this face is almost all fractionals, and I finally just did it the way I felt like doing it and changing the colors, and you can tell it's a cat's face. Anyway, my problem is this in this handle. Everything else I have is counting out correctly, but when I count across and it's right, but when I get over here, I have to adjust because it would make this down here in the wrong place, but it lines up with where it's supposed to over here. So I finally just ripped it out, and I decided I'm just going to come down, and when I get to the handle part, I'm going to do everything else, and I'll fill in with what the handle is. This time around, I did some of this lighter pink in here, and then came up, pulled the handle out that was already stitched in over here, and then started in with this black, and like I said, I'll just work it down. It's making me crazy, to say the least. I worked on my Coca-Cola Santa. It's a lot of red. Here we are. This time I brought this red out. This is the edge of the page I'm working on. And so I got the red all the way out to here, and then I did, obviously I'm not, all of this will be the same color, but I'm not doing a straight line when I stop, obviously. And then I was working on this gray too. It's like a shadow on his little fluffy cuff right there. So I'm down in here. So it's turned out good. These, I may, once I get a little bit more right here, I may go ahead and back stitch the buttons and along the seam of the shirt and everything. Shirt, jacket, whatever. And last but not least, out from the Pine Needles, their monthly. This is April Sweet Stitching Club. I don't even know if I hold up where you can see it. And here is where I am. I got the spring all done. This is the one that I'm doing, the 25 a day. Some days I get a little carried away and I do more, but that's what I'm trying for, is the 25. There, that'll help it show up a little bit better. My poor little chick needs a beak and an eye. I think I've got all the eggs in the basket and everything. There's like some little grass that goes down here. And then these are the centers of flowers, and then there's a big star, the flowers and the star, and you can see the little bit of grass that goes down there. I'm loving it, and gosh, at this rate I might even finish it before the end of April. And that is all. That is everything that I have stitched on. I got this is the next in the gingerbread Christmas series from Shannon Christine Designs. You can tell I'm still tired. My brain's not quite kicked back in yet. I haven't started this one yet. I can't decide on fabric colors. So anyway, I think that is it. I am going to I'm going to try to remember to take my computer to the office tomorrow and put this together with whatever else I have recorded. I think there's only one from last Saturday. Yes, I believe that is correct. So well, not last Saturday, the Saturday before, I guess. I don't know when the last time I did this was. I'm going to put this together with whatever I have and try to upload tomorrow because we are taking off again on Friday. I told Dax I want a 3-day weekend. The kids will be over for Easter on Sunday. So I'm going to have to, cook and do all the stuff for that. So I think Friday I told him I want to go drive the Wildflower Trail and see if we can see flowers blooming. We don't have a ton because it was kind of a dry winter for us, but we'll go see what they've got and maybe go have lunch. And I'm probably getting to stop at the Elk Store, which is one of my favorite bars um, in Fredericksburg. They have it's called a dirty horchata drink that I absolutely love. So I may talk him into doing that on Friday. Just go have a date day. Anyway, thank you everyone for liking, for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. I'm hoping to really get serious about getting caught back up on flosstube. Um, um, Liking and commenting on your videos. I'm not a big commenter though. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I think we're going to go listen to some live music for a little while and then come home and probably go to bed early because who wouldn't? Anyway, thanks, y'all. See you next time. Bye.